All right. I can't separate the Lord from the devil necessarily. It's kind of complex. In Nebraska, there's a lot of devil. Okay. If I'm trying hard to serve the Lord, I don't follow forensics or anything like that. There's a few occasions that I have looked at them a little bit. I can't watch forensic shows. I don't like cop shows. Um, Here's the deal. If they are serving, okay, the government is in a situation I don't know about, for the record. I I feel very disrespected. I've worked very hard uncovering the walls. And policing is about serving the Lord. Being a police is about serving the Lord. Okay, if the police aren't serving the Lord, and it's a little complex for me because they're the Lord, you're saying the Lord is trapped by the devil. No? Okay. Why would they overthrow me with these hijacks of Lincoln, Nebraska to overthrow God's government? Okay, they're overthrowing God's government out of Nebraska. It starts with the Omaha FBI, is my understanding. I don't know what Strategic Air Command's role in that is, for the record. They're shitting all over the federal government and the feds out of Lincoln, and the hijacks of the Riddlers. They're shitting all over the federal people that are supposed to serve God and law and have law and order work correctly. These hijackers purposely block the law and order from working. You know, I don't know what the situation is. But it doesn't make any sense that the police would be causing trouble with federal civilians because they are stuck in a situation. I don't buy that. How would to me, in my eyes, it's mostly like devil serving devil, because that's what it makes sense. That's how it makes sense in my head sometimes, because I don't serve devil RFID and I'm a cop. Okay, so if you have the Lord and then you have the devil and they were to duel, right? But that doesn't happen, all right, that I know of. Okay, you got my hand is overthrown, 2/3 devil, and then God's not working. Meaning God's not fighting. Or whatever. So it's like devil traps. Overthrowing the Lord's hand. Or whatever. It's FBI, CIA, and then the Riddler hijack. So there's at least 3 elements, and if police are controlling any devil RFID, that would be 4 elements, and that wouldn't be serving the Lord and being law. If the police are operating devil RFID, then you can't be law, because you have to serve the Lord in order to be law, to be a police, to be in the police. I don't really understand how the FBI would ever be in the government to begin with. New World Order or devil RFID, I don't understand how that got in there. It got so big. I've been trying to fight, thwart, prevent, try to figure out how to save lives. I don't like crime scene stuff. As I said, I don't like that stuff. I don't do that stuff. I've done a few things where I've looked at a few of them. I don't follow it because you don't want to follow it, because it's disgusting. They were sending child threats to my hand. Should I respect the police of Lincoln Police Department? No. I have intel that they are trying to abduct kids through my finger by serving Shannon, and Shannon is their jurisdiction. Okay, so I don't know the seizure part of the government, why they have to serve her to overthrow me. Okay, or Nick Hexum, or the status of the Riddlers, Nick Hexum, Shannon Triphead, or perhaps the Lassens. Okay, you wanted to play MySpace and embezzle from the federal government Ponzi schemes to profit off of stealing from the Lord's government. Government shutdowns. You're overthrowing the federal government since the 90s by serving. James Comey doesn't have a job, whatever. He can't legally be a judge to serve devil RFID or to murder peoples, a genocide, mass murder, whatever. He can't be a judge. In my eyes, he can. And to my understanding, that's impossible. Only the judge is a man that serves God. So I don't understand all of that. But so what I'm saying is my hand is, a devil overpowering. It's devil overpowering, and you're supposed to serve the Lord as police. And it's very powerful, and I don't know the reason for it. Why would anybody be Hitler or Jimmy Crack Corns? It's not like any of these people went to law school, to me. Because you're supposed to, it's about, policing is about working together to try to lift society up, to have good social standards, to have good psychological representation of law. To have good representation of law, you wouldn't have a criminal teaching the public to plot between the FBI and police. That's what they've done in Lancaster County with my life. So, if you're overthrowing the Lord's hand in your jurisdiction and nobody can give me a valid enough reason for it, I don't know how there would be a valid reason for it. Because the Lord don't serve the devil, so I'm a little perplexed. Trapping all of his federal peoples, civilians, and leaving them defenseless or helpless or without money or their munitions under war crimes laws because of the Geneva Convention and the things that we've been through in the past 12 to 16 years. They are serving that or making that. Well, that's not a police. I don't understand how you would have served that. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand the military how that would have let that stuff happen to us. Okay, so it's very complex, right? I'm a fair person, but I feel very insulted. And if I'm trying to serve the Lord and you're serving the epitome, right? If you're serving the epitome of society or whatever, then I can't really deal with you. I can't deal with Lancaster jurisdiction. It makes me sick. The evidence is everywhere. The way these people are. You're very vain. They're very vain to being criminals in Lincoln, Nebraska. The public are. And no, it's about you trying to overthrow me to the Lord, and I'm a woman. You're trying to overthrow me to the Lord, and I'm a woman, right? That's what these hijacks are, the Riddlers. And then you want to trap all the civilians and say, "Oh, it's your fault that I'm not. You can't say I'm a slave to the Lord if the Lord was a policeman, right? I'm not a slave to the Lord anywhere in the government, right? Okay, that doesn't make sense. That's I'm a slave to the devil, right? I guess you say. So persecution. It's tough. Lots of people are persecuted. I understand that. That's just part of what the devil does. But what I'm trying to say is you're holding all these federal people under your mafia criminal trash in Lancaster County. Whatever the reason for it, I don't know. State of Nebraska's trash to me. But as I said, if I'm trying to serve the Lord and I'm being disrespected or stalked or harassed or abused or taunted or tarred and feathered or having stones thrown at me or lynched. Oh my God, how much lynching I've been through in Lancaster County in the past 12 years. They let people do whatever they want. They tell people that my body's a weapon, but the CIA does that too. I just out of hand situation with my life. If you're pumping crime and corruption through my hand and devil RFID and you're in the police department, I don't get that at all. Why that would ever be in a police department. So my hand is overthrown like a lot. And it's all, it's either Omaha, but the Lancaster hijacks are the most powerful, it seems to me. You wanted to do this for profit. You've got bank accounts. The Lincoln Police Department has criminal bank accounts, profiting off of soliciting the law. So you solicit the law people. Okay, the evidence is that you solicit law people out of the state of Nebraska. Between the CIA and the evidences of everything that I've uncovered between Herbie the Love Bug, Hitler evidences, and so forth. All the evidences of soliciting federal people to overthrow the law. And a man of God or the Lord, I think, that's very gross. Because those are his people that are supposed to have things work, because you're supposed to work together to have society be secure. I don't know why it works backwards, where you're a shit toilet and you put all these sacrilegion and all this devil worshipping cult people that are hijackers and used all this crap on my body, sacrilegious stuff on our bodies, but most of that's Omaha and the hijackers. Well, if it's a seize situation, I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know how the Lord would be so overthrown in his own government. I do respect the Lord. They bother me all the time. People bother me all the time. I actually like it quiet, but I'm always alone, so I kind of talk a lot. But it's not my fault I'm sabotaged. I'm not disrespectful to the Lord. I'm just very lonely. I've got to sabotage. My body is so messed up from all the stuff in my body. If I'm loud about serving the Lord, maybe you don't understand my intent is good, but if I see that you have malicious intent unto God's peoples, if you have malicious intent unto God's peoples, then I don't really like you. You see, because this goes around the world. The hijacks in my hand go around the world, and you're trapping God's peoples. And I don't like that. I don't respect that. I'm scared of you. And the people, you've got people in law that think you're supposed to be plotters. You're not supposed to be plotters. That's not what law is. You're not supposed to be plotters. You're supposed to be good representatives of law. And this big shit stream that I've had to follow since I woke up, it was a game set up to go to war against me, so I have to uncover all your shit of your state for the past 12 years. I find that pretty disrespectful to the Lord. I mean, most of it points to the FBI, but, I don't know how it would come to the point that you just didn't care. It's like you're suicidal with the world. And I don't know about Strategic Air Command. Because canon law, nuclear. If there was a nuclear threat anywhere, it came from Nebraska. Same with the atom bomb, because if I do canon law with that, and think, if you go off the sides of those things, Nebraska University, UN, all the UNNU evidences. And then my grandpa's name, Clarence or whatever. I don't really know what the threat is. Adam's family. The I don't know why I would be leashed up to be that you're trying to get to God through me. How would I be leashed up in the state of Nebraska to these riddlers of James Comey, where he likes to torture and torment me and go through my body to try to get to the Lord through me? Okay, that don't make any sense. And Shannon does the same thing. They're trying to get to the Lord through me. And I find it important to empower the Lord. And so if you're pulling the rug out from underneath the federal government and federal people as a disrespect to law and your mafia, then I don't respect you. And I don't like your mafia. I don't like your self-destruction of Nebraska of the world. And you want to put it on me. And I say, no. Omaha FBI, second coming of Christ on a woman. How would that happen? There's a lot of devil around. That's how I see it. That's the devil. And the standards of no law in Nebraska, I don't know. It's a disgrace. Nebraska's a disgrace to the country, trying to take the flag down. You've been working on that a long time, it looks like. Under all the evidences I see. Been working a long time trying to take down the United States. I'm very disappointed in what I see in Nebraska. I'm about disrespecting God's peoples. Good peoples. You want to assault people under these peoples that don't serve the Lord. And it bothers me. And I don't get paid. And you just want to escape abuse. I have had 12 years of it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Candlewood was a nightmare. Staying there, it's a nightmare. That was a nightmare. There were time periods over the past 12 years that were horrific. Around the time of my arm and things like that. My hand is so overthrown, and the devil's too powerful when you want to get out of traps, and if I'm trying to serve the Lord, or you would try to keep people from serving the Lord with these hijacks, you try to keep people from serving the Lord with these hijacks, that don't make a lot of sense. You having an excuse for these Riddler hijacks, I don't buy it. Meaning that the government, the military's stuck in some sort of situation that they don't know what to do. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, because Nebraska has been the nightmare of the country. Treachery games with the CIA. It goes on other places, you say? Well, it's got to be one of the worst places. Nebraska's got to be the worst. Yellow Brick Road, all the evidences are in Lincoln. All the evidences are in Lincoln or around Nebraska. That is the main point. You haven't overcame, slavery. You haven't evolved civilization. You take, taking technology and using it in vain rather than having technology be used to have security and safety and to help God's peoples, rather than trapping them or abusing them or telling them they got to be criminals because, you want to play kingpin mafia because you're against the Lord. And that originates in Lincoln, Nebraska and around Omaha. That originates with you, that you're against Jesus Christ and the Lord. I don't want to hear this, Hitler, that you're against the Jews. The Jews would be federal peoples or God's peoples. All right. All the evidences. I'm disgusted. You expect me to have respect for you. You're putting corruption through my body with the FBI. Okay, well, if there's some sort of security problem with the United States, it's not my fault. And you're trying to put that on me too. Because you don't prevent, you don't thwart, and you don't hold down the law. And so the Lord wouldn't put that on me. A man of God would not put that on me, national security or world security. It's pretty perplexing. If I'm trying to serve God and you work for the people that are trapping me and keeping me from serving God or torturing my body because they want the identity of the Lord, they keep torturing our bodies or hurting our bodies, keeping us from getting back up, to keep us from serving other people or helping other people or serving our own families. You want to separate us and look for deviant ways to keep us from serving the Lord. They don't want me to be mother. That's the FBI, Omaha. They don't want me to be mother. I can't, if I can't have a car to get to a job because, I try to pick myself up again. They hurt my body off and on, and I can't have any control over that either. I mean, you're crippling the wrong people because the federal civilians are the security, and you don't want security in Nebraska. You're suicide the way I see it, and you want to take the world down with you. And so if it's over, Lancaster County and Omaha are overpowering our hands around the world so much that we're trapped from serving God or persecuted so bad, or why would I be abused through my body to try to get up to try to serve the Lord? You don't want to serve, you can't serve law instead of serving criminals and being mafia. Should I respect that? I mean, if you're federal, you're federal. But the evidences are very gross about Nebraska. They're very gross, and they're very biased hate crimes against God's peoples and federal peoples. And, I don't like being put under mundane serial killers or psychopaths. I don't deserve that treatment. My body, I want to pick myself up and try to be useful. I can't. My hands got me so trapped, I don't even know how to leave York. I mean, I would stay here longer. Nobody wants to, 12 years, the whole thing. There's another thing. The military's never contacted me with any sort of instructions. Well, there's no manuals, there's no protocol books for your crazy, crazy lunatic readers out of Lincoln. There's no manual, there's no protocol book that could describe the hell of the past 12 years. There's no protocol. That's Satan. You're Lancaster County, you're Satan. You are Satan. All the things that's happened to me. James Comey, wow. All the sacrilegion. And you say Strategic Air Command is what? Is it supposed to be for sacrilegion? New World Order? I don't really know. But if I'm trying to serve God and you try to trap me or block me or want to make me homeless or want to put me in a field somewhere or assassinate me just because I wanted to be a civilian, you're playing politics games with civilians. You're crazy lunatics. You're just serving Bush is lunatic. You got to be loonies. Loony. I look at the police and think, wow, you're loonier than loony. The normal realms of psychology or normal realms of law, normal realms of sociology and standards. I'm thinking, whoa, these people are loons. It's intolerable. It's not a place to live to keep your sanity because of the things you do to people there. I don't serve the devil. I don't worship the devil. I don't like your satanic rituals used on my life with James Comey and his friends, Nick Hexum or Shannon or whatever. I don't. It's illegal under the Constitution. You can't be performing satanic rituals with the FBI on people. That's all illegal. All this stuff. I don't make crime and corruption, so I gotta be abused because James Comey wants to go through civilians. And so between the police and the FBI, they want to trap these federal civilians as human shields after torturing and tormenting and abusing and trapping and, calling it political targeting or whatever. I mean, cold. Very cold and dark and sinister. The things that have happened to me are very dark, very, very vividly dark. I mean, just gross. It's just gross everything that's happened in my file. It's gross. There are things that people can't even see in my file. I mean, it's gross. And I know that's mostly FBI and between James Comey and the hijackers, I presume. People using witchcraft, that's illegal. You can't do that on people. You are serious religious abuse in Nebraska. Serious religious abuses to people. Serious. And these poor people that want to get out or don't know any better. Taking advantage of people that don't know any different or don't have the money or the means to get out from abuse. You make the problems on purpose because you're rebels to law. Do I feel empathy for the military? No, I don't. No, not with Nebraska. If they're stuck in something that I can't do nothing about, why would I be able to fix it? Oh, I've been trying to thwart and prevent and try to figure out how to save lives because you're too busy trying to kill people and going in the wrong direction of the federal government. That's just insane. Lincoln, Nebraska is insane. Going in the wrong direction. People teaching people to plot with the NSA and the CIA and George Bush teaching the public to plot with the yellow brick road. That's just so legally insane. It's unbelievable. You are legally insane in the state of Nebraska. Legally insane. So, my Freemason skills, my law skills are pretty good. But if I'm trying to serve the Lord and it's just too overpowering of the devil in the state of Nebraska. I really don't know. It's a head-on war with people that want to plot against people that are counterintelligence. Oh, Herbie the love bug and Herbie Husker wants to put federal people in trunks because they're bugs. Oh, bug zappers. Well, that seems pretty stupid. And ignorant. I mean, total moron crap. Oh, Hermes. They want to pass the buck and play forensics with dental records. I mean, what the fuck? Okay, I don't cuss. They want my identity to make forensics. Well, that's really freaking gross. If I want to serve the Lord and you're against the Lord and want to make genocide and traffic people against the Lord and then say, oh, it's their fault. We want to frame you. We want your integrity. We want what am I supposed to think about you? You're overthrowing me and doing diversion court games with my life. My hand says, go get the mafia in my hand. You go work for them and you put me in jail. I say, whatever, you can screw off today. If I'm trying to serve the Lord and prevent something bad, right? If I'm trying to protect people in my own way or based upon my information that I'm given under federal law, then you can't touch me. You don't have respect for my law hand. You don't have respect for my law hand. If my law hand tells me something and you contradict it, If I'm told something legally and you contradict it, then who are you? All right, then who are you? Because I have these examinations. If you serve war against me or other federal civilians, who are you? Measurements. I mean, you set yourself up in Nebraska for your own, demise. You wanted to set up the world for the demise. The Omega with, I don't know. I don't understand how God would be trapped to the devil trying to make the Omega. Because God decides the Omega, not the devil. That's the way I read it in the Bible. That's the way I read it in the Bible, that the devil, RFID, wouldn't do that or whatever. So I understand the Lord is complex, but if I'm trying to serve the Lord and people want to overthrow me to the Lord's hand, what does that mean? Okay? Do you understand? You want to demean the law. You want to shame the law. You want to overthrow me and then say, you have the gun, you shouldn't wear the badge. All right? That's what I'm going to say. You're not really legally supposed to be wearing badges. If you're seized and you're stuck, you're not supposed to be wearing them. If you're not serving the Lord. If you're serving the people overthrowing the federal civilians around the world, you're not supposed to be wearing a badge. If people are trying to serve the Lord and you don't, do you think you deserve respect? No. And I understand there's probably some complexities. I can't help, I'm sabotaged and loud. I'm tired of the CIA bothering me all the time. Or worrying about Shannon and the CIA, or Bush and the CIA, or Shannon. Whatever those three combinations seem to be the worst. Or James Comey sometimes. But, I don't like to be bothered. I was just a stay-at-home mother, and people went to war against me. I mean, reality check. You're playing political games with civilians and terrorizing their lives and playing psychotic games with their lives to trap them under criminally psychotic people. Criminally psychotic people are the hijackers, the Riddlers. They're very psychotic people. You trap people under them. I don't know what to say. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of Nebraska. I'm very scared. After everything that I've been through. And if I'm trying to serve the Lord, you just leave me alone. All right? Because you just leave those people alone. There's boundaries, religious boundaries of people. Right? Isn't there religious boundaries? You can't trap people to the devil. You just can't. Normal realms of law. You just can't trap people to psychotic, dangerous people. You can't do it. You can't trap people to devil cult people. You just can't do it. How would God ever say that? How would the Lord ever say that in a courtroom? So it's very difficult. The situation of Nebraska. How would the Lord ever say, "Oh, you got to be trapped to the devil, Kathy"? Because they screwed up in Nebraska with national or world security. No, he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that. Kathy, world security falls on you. You got to be God now. Kathy, world security's on you. You got to be God now. No, God wouldn't say that. Would he? You're trying to do blasphemy is what you're doing. I don't know if he's coming down from the heavens or whatever he's going to do about circumstances. Because he can't have his people trapped. And it's disgusting. I don't know what he's going to do. I really don't know. All I know is I'm going to try to move away from sick people. I want to move away from sick people. All right? I'm trying to move away from sick people and, go somewhere. Maybe I can get some quiet, but I really want my family with me. It's important to me because that's all I really want to do is be a mom, but people don't respect that. And then I have so much stress from my life and my body that I have to worry about command in Nebraska because the military doesn't command the civilians. I've said it for a lot of times to Rob on his phone. I said, well, I couldn't find anybody to keep me safe. I haven't because James Comey or Shannon or whoever's going to stalk me and try to hurt me. When you, I'm submissive to the Lord is what people don't understand, but I don't have the Lord commanding me. I mean, I'm still alive, okay? I understand that, but after what I've been through, I still, what do you say? I've been through a lot of trauma. I still have trauma. And the Lord's kept me alive. And, when I want to try to make a foot progress towards myself and trying to get some sanity, then people try to take me a step back. So, when people work against protocols and go the opposite direction and want to keep plotting and tormenting and causing, drama and so forth, what can you do? They're trying to say I'm not submissive to the Lord. That's not true. I asked the Lord, well, how can I entrap my body from the devil so that I can just be as normal as I can be? Just do normal things as a woman. I'm not allowed to be a woman in the state of Nebraska. I don't really know if, why I haven't received any instructions from the government. Because they're too busy plotting? I don't understand that. That's crazy. That's criminally insane. They're too busy trying to make problems for me. They're too busy trying to make my body a weapon against the world or the United States. That's insane as far as the military is concerned. I really don't know what to say. If I want to, I've been trying to kind of run away from these women too. That's another aspect. I don't want to deal with women between the Lord and the devil. I don't want to deal with that. And stalking my life, and it's very creepy. I don't want to deal with that either. Because that was the advantage of the devil, to trap people under creepy women. And I don't like that at all. I don't like being raped. All right? I don't like to be religiously abused. I don't like being trapped in Nebraska to say my body's got to be a weapon against God. A weapon against God. How does that equation come about? My body's a weapon against God and his governments, his world, his country, whatever. And I'm a woman, and I don't have a man command me. If I had more command, I'm kind of confused sometimes because I get scared. I don't know how I'm going to get out of here. I don't have a lot of money. I haven't gotten paid. I've asked for money. If I'm trying hard to serve the Lord, but people are pulling the rug out from me my whole life, they pull the rug out from people from trying to serve the Lord. Because they don't. Because they don't, and they're over the peoples. They're over the peoples, presiding over the peoples illegally to impose upon people's religious rights and their freedoms and their constitutional rights and so forth. And they plot instead of being good representatives or representatives of law. That's what you do in Nebraska. You plot. You plot and you plot and you plot. Well, and you want to devil trap people. I just can't deal with you. I don't know. I'm a little frustrated. God puts a lot of pressure on me and I can't figure it out. Well, I try to listen to other people in the government, the people that I look up to in the government, but that doesn't work. It doesn't seem to go right. Because it doesn't follow through with other people, don't do the steps in which they're told to do. They don't follow their commands. And then it trickles down to me or whoever if other people don't follow those commands. Or whatever's talked about in the government. I'm sure there are people that ignore commands in the federal government. I'm sure of it. And so I've got all these confusing, I've been fighting opposite direction legal processes where they plot instead of I do some of my own cases about how people plot, and to me, well, I haven't done a lot of that, but I've investigated Nebraska a bit, but I don't have time to do all this stuff. I just don't know why the United States wants to pull the rug out from under itself. Double RFID is against the law. It overthrows God's governments. That's why it's against the law. So, it's not supposed to be in his government. So, I don't really know what else to tell you other than I don't respect you because you're not law. If I'm trying to serve the Lord, and I can be disciplined to a man if he's an honorable man, but I haven't had that around me. I've got James Comey stalking me because he's possessed. Why, I don't know. And he says the Lord's going to put the world on me, is what he says. Because he's plotting something with the FBI of Omaha. Or whatever. And then I'm looking to the military colonels and I'm going, well, what are you talking about? So if that was the case, I think God would come down. If that was true. I mean, because God wouldn't put his government and his world on me. Would he? Mass corruption going through my body and other people's bodies, or just my body? They say they don't serve the Lord in the United States. I mean, not in the United States, but there's a lot of problems in Nebraska. James Comey got fired 3 years ago. He was never legally law anyway because he serves mafia. Mafia is not law. Mafia is not law. FBI is not law. Mafia is not law because you can't plot and be law at the same time. You can't be a hypocrite to law. You can't be a plotter and you can't be a person of law. That makes you a criminal. So, I don't plot. You're supposed to catch a criminal before they plot. That's how normal realms of law is. And so, no, it's a little frustrating. I'm stressed. I feel too much pressure on me for some reason, and I don't know what it is. I guess I'm scared. Because I don't know what to do. I don't have precise instructions. I've never been given instructions on pieces of paper or anything like that of, what to do. if they're working against the government of the federal government and establishment of the United States to destroy it, to self-destruct, what can I do about it? If it's too late, that's not my fault. I woke up and wanted to stop the problems right when I woke up. You can't, persecute a woman to the Lord's government. That doesn't make any sense. Would it? Not at all. So, yeah, it's, if I'm trying to serve the Lord, and there's things in my head that don't make sense because people don't follow orders. People don't follow orders. They don't respect the real authority, the federal authority. I see too much disrespect and dishonor for the federal authority of the United States of America in Nebraska. Law and order. I've dealt with nothing but disorder around my life. And people making problems, making trouble, being hypocrites to law and hypocrites to order, and behaviors that you just don't have in order to have American etiquette. You don't play games with people's marriage and exploit them, and you don't exploit children and play games with them, and you don't circle around them making crime and taunting them and, just creepy stuff you do in the United States. Anyways, it's God's world. It's God's government. He's going to figure it out. And I've tried to do the right protocols. I try to do what I was supposed to do. I'm scared of people. I'm scared of people after what I've been through. I'm scared. All right? Because if they're with all these people that are against me, that's not a good place to be. All these people that plotted against me. It's like being in the middle of a mosh pit for me in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's what it is. That's why I left. I mean, I want to be sane. I want to be around sane people. All right? Sane people. That's probably understandable. This is Kathy Chase.